Okay. I hope everybody can hear me. And tonight I'm going to be talking to Lisa Fisher from London, Ontario, and Bob Bell from North Carolina. I'm opening this call tonight. Last time was my very first call that I did all by myself, independently from Don. And tonight it is another unique situation. We are hosting an event at the Gates on Roblin, which is our facility that we have here. And Don is actually on the stage right now talking. And I have snuck away into one of the offices to do our conference call from there. And we have a lot of energy going on in the room, so I'm hoping to carry that into this room to share with you. There was a funny story tonight. Dan Wishanowski, which is one of our independent representatives that's here, and he has his vehicle completely decked out in decals about the Valentus opportunity, and he said on his way here, he basically was run off of the road, that somebody pulled up beside him, beeping their horn to pull over, and he wasn't sure whether he had something wrong with his car or if he was getting carjacked. And here it was, somebody that just wanted to pull over and ask him if he had any samples. And I just thought that that was so hilarious. Then he parked his car in the parking lot, and because we are having a Valentus meeting tonight, sure enough, everybody's outside taking pictures of his vehicle to duplicate it. So positive energy is contagious, and I just thought I'd share that with you, that if you think that you're silly to be driving around in a vehicle with decals, of which I do not have any on my car, but Dan does, that it can be a very effective tool. It can be a very effective tool. And people that you don't even think that are interested obviously will pull you over on the side of the road and tell you that they're interested. So that was just the funny story that I thought I would start with. My other information that I wanted to start with tonight, because I had the privilege of meeting when we went to the convention in Vancouver, everyone was given this wonderful book called Right or Almost Right by John Harazima, and I had the privilege of getting to talk to him a little bit and learn a little bit more about his book. His book is amazing if you get the opportunity to feed your mind with the information that he has here. But I have a special little tidbit for you. If you don't have the book, or if you don't have access to the book, I have a Cliff Notes version of basically the highlights of what the book has to offer. If you have the book, these highlights are on page 174 and 175 of the book Right or Almost Right, again. And I had the privilege of getting to talk to the author about the book itself. He has 25 years experience in the network marketing business, and he believes in that it takes tiny steps, and tiny steps will take you to the top. I'm just going to go over them quickly because the steps that he puts in point form, and everybody loves point form, this sort of sums up the message of the book, is remember the small step philosophy, every decision you make counts. Number 2, remember that people buy people. It's your passion, your posture, your beliefs, your enthusiasm that influence others to join or follow you. I'm a big believer in that. Remember your mindset. If your thinking is stinking, your business is shrinking. That's another great point. Be consistent. This is an everyday business. Whether it's an hour a day or 10 hours a day, it's every day, every day, every day. If you're not consistent in your efforts, you'll be starting over all the time. The next one is be committed. No one will follow you if you don't demonstrate and exemplify an all-in commitment. For example, everything you do sets an example of what others think they have to do. They will copy your good habits as well as your bad habits. The next one is know your goals and your why. Put your goals and your why in writing and review them twice daily. And the next one is invest in your personal development. This is a simple step that's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. The next one is implement your DMO, which is your daily method of operation. Plan your day on paper before it starts. Prioritize and remember that you get paid for talking to people who are not doing your business or using your products. These are all great bullet points, and it really summarizes most of what the book is about. The The last part that he says is implement a personal checkup. Ask yourself these questions, especially in areas where you struggle. How am I doing? How can I do better? Take responsibility. When things happen that are not fair or not perfect or uncalled for, and believe me, they will, remember these 3 words. I am responsible. And I think that all of these tools that I just gave you in this book, in the summarized points, bullet points, are going to help everybody that's on this call move forward. If you haven't had the opportunity to read this book, Right or Almost Right, that is the Cliff Notes version for you on page 174 and 175. And I think all of these tools are great to go forward with and implement into your daily routine, even in your household operations, not even always your business operations. All of these tools are going to be important to you. I wanted to start tonight by inviting one of my girlfriends from high school, believe it or not, who has gone on to London, Ontario, and been quite a success story of her own. And she is going to talk to us tonight from London, Ontario. And I'm looking for you. Believe it or not, there are so many people on the call now, Lisa. There we are. I will unmute you. Lisa, are you there?
I'm here.
Perfect. I would love for you to talk to our group tonight for a little bit.
Awesome. First of all, thanks to you and Dawn for inviting me to this call. So like Nancy said, my name is Lisa Fisher, and I live in London, Ontario. I did grow up in Manitoba with Nancy. I was introduced to Valentus by both of them, I would say 5 weeks ago. I was very hesitant to do another network marketing business at first, I'll be honest. I had been in one previously for 6 years, along working my full-time job as a grade 3 teacher. During that time, I am married to an OPP officer, which we know definitely don't have regular business hours and a big regular routine at home, as well as having twin boys that play AAA travel hockey. So we are on the go a lot. But in hindsight, both these 2 situations have really helped me with the Valentus business. If I was to make comparisons, I know Nancy had asked me to do comparisons from different things that I've done to Valentus. I will honestly say that Valentus, to my previous network marketing company, it takes the cake. I didn't have to put out hundreds of dollars to start this business, and that's a given. You have the option of buying the 16 boxes, but you don't have to. I still haven't bothered people to host parties for me, which I really like as well. I am yet to pack up my SUV with boxes of products and order forms. And I also have yet to pull in my driveway at 11 o'clock at night, just dreading to go to work the next day because it's so late. So Valentus is fantastic and was a good option for me. There are many things I love about this company as well, and I just want to list a few. I chose to start, like I said, with the 13 Business Builder box. I ordered the business postcards as well to pass out with my samples. I did find some really great clear bags that fit the postcards and a couple samples in really well, and I feel like they look really professional when I hand them to somebody to try rather than pulling them out of the bottom of my purse. I've also coached people that have joined our team to do the same. I've given them a few bags, see if they like the idea, and it seems to be working well. I also wanted to add that this company is easy to approach others about. I really find that. Weight loss and coffee. So who in the world, I guess, we could think about that doesn't want to lose a few pounds or that does not drink coffee? And there's probably just a very, very small amount of people. We truly have what people want. I honestly believe that. And also the timing right now is perfect. Spring means less clothing, needing to shed those winter pounds, and I've just found a lot of success since I started sharing this out in London. I also find on the website with this business, the live chat really offers us so much and is so convenient. I ask questions all the time on there. I'm sure they labeled me as a teacher right from the first day I started this business. But the best thing is they answer me right away too. Compared to the last company that I worked with network marketing, I had a 1-800 number to call for customer service. And I actually remember one time being on hold for 42 minutes before hanging up. I never did get through. So Valentus, I also agree being 4 amazing products are readily available. There's no issues with month-long back-ordered items. and I really find that this is a bonus to my business. Did I mention how much I love the Valentus website as well? I think that all the information you need is really right at your fingertips. The information, the ingredients, the list for all the 4 products is right there for everybody to see and to access. I really don't think that this company has any hidden agenda. It makes it so easy to be an independent representative. I really, really believe that. The site is also easy to get around and to read. I found this especially useful for those clients interested but have maybe different medication needs or health concerns. They can just simply print out the ingredients, go to their doctors or their nurse practitioners, and simply ask if it's for them. I know we're not doctors, and I don't want to try and answer some of the questions, and this is just so easy for them. I also love the fact that we can sell and get products to 42 different countries. To me, that was a huge selling feature. Independent reps, they don't realize how actually awesome this is. The last company that I was with, we were just in 5 companies, and I'll tell you a story. We would actually go to training conferences in Las Vegas, and they were lots of fun. We saw all the new product launches. We got to taste them, to try them, to use them, and we were so excited to see them. But the Canadian independent reps, we would notice that they weren't available in Canada yet. They weren't FDA approved, and we would literally wait months before they were passed so we could get them to Canada. So I know a group of us, we would actually drive down to the States. We would get a mailbox, get a few of the products that way, and then drive an hour back and smuggle them back across the border. So I hope no police officers are on this call. But that was the only way we could get them. And, when people started seeing them in the catalogs and things like that, they wanted them. They weren't really wanting to wait, 6-7 months for them to come. And like I said, Valentus doesn't do this. 42 different countries, they can access them. And I think that's so awesome for your business in order to grow. But also, one more thing before I go, Nancy, is I just wanted to say thank you to both you and Dawn. As leaders, you guys have been awesome. You introduced me to something incredible. I know you're available every day, all day to help. You're just a text away or a phone call. I know you guys have been traveling a lot. I've talked to you while you were on the beach in Mexico. I've talked to you all over the world. And never once did you just flip me to voicemail. You always made time to get me started in the right direction. And you and Dawn have been awesome. You've always helped. You've always, gave me advice. You've emailed, called, text right away, or, virtually been on the phone with me to work me through stuff. And that, to me, is key. And I really appreciate that. And you know what? At the end of the day, everybody on this call, if you're thinking about this or if you're in this business, all you have to do is basically get out of your house and talk to people. Even email or social media or text, whatever it takes to get these 4 changing products in front of others. And, I say to myself, how dare you keep this to yourself? I see people all of the time that they could benefit from this. It's just too good to keep to yourself. We really do, and I do believe we have what people want. So share it with whoever you can. They will be glad that you did. I also want to add, just before I go, we're very excited. London and the Ontario area has really grown. They're very excited about Valentus. A lot of people using it, buying it, and seeing results. We are hosting a large seminar conference. I'm not even sure what we call it. I know, Nancy, I'm taking your husband away for 2 days. He'll be flying out to London. We have the Highland Golf Course booked for May 11th, which is next Wednesday, from 7 o'clock till 9. I really believe that it's so worth your time to come out and see what Valentus is doing, what it can offer you and your family, and then you're able to decide if this is something that, will benefit you or not. I know we have quite a few people coming that are really excited about it, people that are independent reps already, some people that are just trying this product, and some that just want to hear more about it. So, we're really excited. So next Wednesday, Dawn will be coming out, and we'll make sure we take good care of him, Nance, before we send him home.
Excellent.
So thanks again.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lisa. You did an amazing job. I can so tell you're a teacher. You're so thorough and organized, and you have all your ducks in a row. Dawn and I are so fly by the seat of our pants. But that's just the way we are.
Yeah, that's okay. But no, I'm loving it, and I'm loving sharing it with everybody.
And Dawn can't wait. Lisa's been lighting it up in London, Ontario, and he can't wait to get out there and share the Valentus experience and story with everybody out there. And so if you have anybody on the phone that has anyone in that area, in the London or Hamilton area, Don's going to be out that way. He has a couple of events by all means, get a hold of us and let us know, and he will try and put a hug. You know how he is. He likes to hug everybody. Put a hug on your people. And thank you so much for taking the time, Lisa, to talk to us tonight.
No, thank you.
I'm going to go to our next speaker that I have coming from Asheville, North Carolina. Just 1 second here. Here you are, Bob. Bob, are you there?
Hello, Nancy. I am.
Hi. I guess it's just because our phone has a little bit of static. It took a little while for it to connect there. I'm doing great, Bob. I just wanted to also let everyone on the call know, Bob and I and Don and Bob's beautiful wife, Barb, were in business in another network marketing company. I hate to say this, 20 years ago. I know that puts a date on us, but Bob and Barbara were one of my first introductions as to how network marketing worked, and we didn't have any of the tools back then that we have nowadays. It was fax machines and telephone calls, and so when we found this amazing company, of course we had to share it with those people that we knew would really see what we have here, and Bob and Barbara are two of those people, and I would just love for Bob to kind of share what he wanted to cover with you guys tonight. And Bob, take the floor.
Oh, thank you very much, Nancy. I owe a debt of gratitude to both you and Don for reintroducing me to the industry. There was a big part of me that had been in the industry, saw the leverage, saw the potential, but had been let down many times by different circumstances. But I'm so excited to have met Dave Jordan and work with some of the great leadership of this company and see a whole different picture ahead of us. And it kind of reminds me of back in the early 80s when I was blessed to discover the industry of desktop publishing before anybody else did and utilize technology to change the way that people created ad media and brochures and newsletters and everything. And I really see the same thing here with Valentus. It's like a network marketing company that's finally matured and realized the technology ahead of it. There's so many tools that we have now. In the old days, we used to just have to be a product of the product, get out and share with people, 3-foot rule, talk to everybody that you know. And that works tremendously well with this coffee. Simply say, do you know anybody that drinks coffee? Do you know anybody that wants to lose weight? We put the two together. And we have an amazing company that's introduced that. And the people respond quite remarkably. I've never seen anything so demonstrable in my life. But we have an added advantage today. We have technology. Everybody's involved on their smartphones, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and all the different social media. And so there's such an easy way to share. And for $20 with this company, you get an amazing back office with websites and links that you can use. So I really encourage you to work with your upline and figure out the best way to market yourself and kind of create your own brand. And I want to talk a little bit about using your website. There's some issues out there with the internet. There's a lot of savvy people that can set up what they call spiders. And you need to remember that you have to get people to go to your specific website, to your specific page to sign up. And I've heard and I've experienced some situations that create some interruptions from that. And the main causes of that is because I've been told that once you start signing up, you need to carry through totally. So when you get somebody to get onto your website and start signing up, make sure they don't go into Facebook or go on any other browsers because it'll confuse your computer and cookies will come in and grab the page and put it to another person. And so always make sure when you bring somebody in the business that your name is at the top of the website and you go through completely without leaving that page from start to finish. And another thing we have to remember too is that there's the registration when you pre-enroll somebody. Once they get pre-enrolled, it's very important for you to follow up with them. You've got to use some some technology to email them or to Facebook them or to message them. And then the other thing you can do is in Facebook, you can create posts that advertise our product and put your web link on there. And I highly recommend you following up immediately when somebody likes your post. We were fortunate enough to put a post up last week, and we've already gotten 1,200 hits on our post. So we have like 700 likes, and we're working hard to follow up on that, but it's very important to be able to follow up and stay with it. Another amazing tool we have is Ditto Talk. I highly recommend everybody getting Ditto Talk. Excuse me. I've used it about 6 times. The company boasted an 86% close ratio, and I've experienced the same thing. I've showed it to other reps, walked them through it, and I've had the reaction, oh my gosh, Bob, this makes it so easy. All I have to do is read a script. And it's true. It's very easy. It does the work for you. It asks a tough question of how much product you want to buy. It walks you through everything. So I really highly recommend everybody to kind of get connected with the technology that's available today through internet marketing, through Facebook, through Ditto Talk. But most importantly, use the product, get your results, and people start coming to you. That's our lead generation system. Get on the 12 and 24. People will see results and come to you asking, gosh, what did you do, Nancy? How did you lose that weight? Or what did you do, Lisa, to lose all that weight? And Lisa, you did a great job tonight. Thanks so much. So I encourage everybody to feel very confident about this company, very confident about the products, and get out there and share it with everybody you know.
Well, Bob, that was awesome.
Anything else, Nancy?
No, I'm now Don here. I just thought I'd click in and say hello. Bob, that was awesome.
Oh, hi, Don.
I just wanted to just share a little of my energy here with everybody on the call. Listen, we're here in Winnipeg. I'm very, very blessed to have Dave Jordan actually make a trip up here to speak to the group here. We had over 200 plus people just excited. I'll post some pictures, but ultimately I hear it time and time again. Everybody, you're involved in a company here that has a leader that is here for all of you on this call because he is who he is. He wears his heart in a string on his sleeves, and there's no question. We're going to try to get him to jump on the call here to say hello to you. He's getting swamped by some people in the room, but I've asked him to speak to you, so hold tight, and we'll get him on the call. I will say that the people that have jumped on into the room here tonight that are joining, they're joining because they see an opportunity at the very beginning. I close my 2 fingers together, and I describe all the time now that we're sitting at a point worldwide at around 16,000 when even just one company like Avon has 600,000 just in Canada. So we have an opportunity here that's incredibly huge when it comes to just the product being used and consumed by multiple people already, but those people that we're introducing him to are going to walk into a room and after another room, and they're going to be able to get visuals from so many people. They're going to say, what are you doing? How did you do what you're doing? And they're going to be able to share a simple little solution that says, I drink coffee and I've lost some weight and I feel so much better. So, we're excited. We're having the time of our life right now. Anybody on the call here want to offer a quick testimonial? I'd love to hear you. *2, I'll see your hand go up. I'd love to hear a testimonial on the call of how the product has helped you in any way. Anybody want to volunteer a testimonial? We'll know who you are just by seeing on our screen right now, *2. I see one, so I'm going to open it up. Let's hear a testimonial from and tell us who you are. You're from Regina. Who is this?
It's Lynn. I'm actually in Rocanville, Don.
Yes, absolutely. Would you just share a quick testimonial? What's going on in your business in the last couple of days?
Oh, my team is on fire since we got home. They got the fire in their bellies, and people are signing up people like crazy. I want to put a shout out to Alice. She signed up 4 people this month already.
Wow,
it's going crazy. So
that's what we're seeing right now. I just heard from Dave the momentum of hitting over $2 million in April. It's looking like $3 million is probably what's going to be hit here in May as we get going here. And you know what? I've been talking about this when I first started. I said everybody look 9 months down the road. When this company hits in the $3 million a month level, you're going to be able to start seeing recognizable faces from the industry start coming on board. Well, I won't tell you, but the gentleman that had a book in Vancouver was here tonight at our Winnipeg event, and so he actually introduced a little bit of what he does in his training. It was pretty phenomenal. So we're attracting industry professionals. So for those of you that know anybody out there that is on the edge of their company, you need to go and talk to them before somebody else does. I also want to say, Lynn, that I was chatting today with an individual who has 100 people in his organization from another company, and he's waiting until the next event before he actually jumps ship and comes full-time onto our business. I had to tell him the truth. Probably a number of those people, before he actually invites them, will already be involved if he doesn't go and chat with them. So it's not the time to wait anymore, you guys. You need to get out there and start chatting with the key people that are important to you, because they're probably going to end up in our business somewhere down the road here, and why shouldn't they be on all of our teams, right? For sure. So, Lynn, anything else you want to finish off with?
I just wanted to share, too, about some of you guys weren't on the Professional Women of Valentus call the other morning, and Peggy just talked about the whole NFR thing in Canada, because there's been some people kind of complaining and stuff. So I just wanted to remind people and share what she said. You know, like, we want to protect our golden goose. They're almost through the registration process, and none of us want something to happen, because if someone is selling retail and gets caught, you know, the company we won't be able to get licensed in Canada.
Well, it's not as detailed as that, Lynn. What it comes down to is NFR means not for retail. So what we do is we share sample out there. We can sell our samples at cost to get our money back. And, you know, obviously cash is king. So if you're getting cash, there isn't a record of the transaction that you have to recognize. But we're not charging taxes. We're not properly packaged in French and English yet. So those are the things that regulatory. I just heard today we're about 45 days away. You know, we'll get direct sellers licenses across the country, and then we'll be able to actually sell at trade shows and retail out there and so on. That's all coming. But what the reference to posting prices, saying I'm selling product, all of those types of things are what we want to avoid now. So what I did tonight in front of the group of 200, 220, 230 people plus was I said, listen, what we do is we are information directors. We direct people to our websites, and we give them the information they're looking for so they can make the proper decision either as a consumer of our product or somebody that wants to get into our referral marketing network. And the referral marketing reward network is, of course, commissions. And so it's a nice way to push forward. And by the way, there's thousands of companies that are in the same level of regulatory that we are. We just happen to be a company that's going through quite a bit of growth right now. So we want to make sure that we are not in any kind of a violation by going out there and selling in trade shows at retail. So just stick to your guns, share the product. Yes, you can collect cash for the product, but obviously we don't want to be posting prices and bragging about selling 20 and 30 boxes. You'll be buying your boxes off of the company and sharing them virally all the time. We all do and continue to do that. I recommend that, no question about that. But be cognizant of the fact, in Canada, that is, obviously we have people on this call from North Carolina that have joined us, and we've got people from California that have joined us. Obviously, this isn't pertaining to. We're talking about a Canadian situation here where we're trying to protect it. Now, Dave Jordan just walked up. He's just going to share with you. Dave, I just talked about the NFR situation and got that out. But, Dave, would you like to just share? You've got a number of people across Canada and the United States on our training call tonight. Here's Dave Jordan.
Hey, guys. Welcome, everybody. What an incredible event here in Winnipeg. Wow. Unbelievable. We've got a lot of great things that are happening, and we actually had a $15 million earner come to the event tonight and speak in front of the crowd who wrote the book Right or Almost Right, and just incredible. Things are exciting. Numbers are through the charts through the month already, averaging over $100,000 a day, meaning that the month could turn out to be something so astronomically big that it's exciting. Everything's exciting about what's going on, but the most exciting thing is the country of Canada doing the numbers they're doing. And the numbers are actually overtaking the world. I mean, any other country, Canada is really on fire. But there is things that Donna and Nancy addressed on the call that are very crucial and important as we follow the NFR rules, because it's very important to have that. And it's just important that that timing is everything. Timing is everything with what we're doing here right now, and the momentum of Canada, the momentum of what's happening is about to strike, and it's about to happen majorly big. So I'm excited for everybody on the call here. I've got a lot of people that are standing in a room that want to get back to me, so I'm going to hand the phone back to Don, and thank you all for being on the call tonight.
Okay, well, there's Dave Jordan, everybody. And you know what? We always try to do about a half-hour call. Len, thanks for chiming in quickly there. Before I go back to the room, is there anybody else? Show a hand. Hold your hand up. Star 2. If you had one more question, I'll address it before we sign off. So one more second. Anybody else? Star 2. Any more questions? Star 2. Going. Well, ladies and gentlemen, every Wednesday at this time we have a training call for our team. By all means, tie as many people in as you possibly can. I believe these are the secret. Tuesday nights, the corporate call is awesome. Thursday nights, that's tomorrow night, there's a corporate call. It's awesome. It's Leapfrog Thursday. It causes momentum. And, of course, Saturdays is our training call. So we're all done here tonight. Thanks for calling, and everybody, we'll hear you next Wednesday. By the way, Wednesday next week, I'm in London, Ontario. And on Thursday, I'm in Hamilton, Ontario, bringing the group together and sharing why Valentus. Thank you, everybody. Good night.